Good morning. I'm 12 again. Hello. Wow. See? That's what happens when I don't talk to anybody. Usually by now I've had conversations with people in the house, but first day of summer means, kids are sleeping in and I just get to keep working. So welcome. It is the June 12th edition of Morning Mindset. How are you this fine Monday morning? Remember, when you get in here, let me know who you are, where you're from, what the weather is like in the area, and what's in your cup, right? Yeah, that's what we need. So here it's in the 50s. It's a little chilly. It is, I'm not going to lie, it is a little chilly. Yesterday, some rain rolled through, and it was just a chilly day. And what really surprised me about it yesterday is I wasn't feeling the hottest. And I think it was just because I was run down because I actually wanted to sleep yesterday. So I took a bunch of little cat naps, and I think I was in bed before 10 o'clock last night. It was glorious. I didn't sleep well, but at least I was there. So that was my day yesterday. But Saturday, got some stuff done around the house. Ran some new power for the pool. Corey was excited about that, and yeah, good little weekend. Going into summer now that our kids are officially out. The last day was on Friday, so it's just kind of I need to get my bearing straight for the schedule because this is different. Before it was I'd come in here, work 7:30, take the kids to school, get everything set up, morning mindset, boom, right into it. Now I had to set alarms to make sure I did not miss this. So, woo, good job all the way around. I made it on time. And the other thing, I think the most important thing that we need out of you is five things. What are five things? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Five things that you are going to accomplish this fine Monday. And I'm going through our list because we had stuff coming, Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and stuff coming in at like 12:30, 1 o'clock this morning. So thank you for those orders once again. Love that. Thank you for the quotes. I love being able to quote you because a lot of people don't know things that we offer. And like, yeah, just send in a quote. What's the worst we can say is no, and I can lead you to somebody that has it. So today on the docket, we have print DTF. I've got to get approval for a banner because remember, we do print banners. So once that's approved, then that can get in the print queue. Order supplies. We'll go through everything and make sure we're good to go on stuff and get those ordered. We've got water slides to print out. Yes, we do those, and we do print water slides. And then I've also got my AI marketing training today. So we've got a pretty stout Monday in front of us, and we'll see how everything plays out. But those are our five things. What are your five things? And then let's check in and see how everybody is doing this morning. Darren, good morning to you. They're in 60 degrees. It's sunny in Topeka. Yes, 60. It's like 57 here. It's chilly. The sun's out, so it'll warm up. I think this week we're talking 90s by Father's Day because this weekend, this weekend already looks like it is going to be a crazy weekend. I knew that going into it, but let's see. For this week, I think we got chance of rain pretty much every day, it looks like. And it looks like today's going to be the lowest of the day at 77, but the rest of the week it's going to be mid to high 80s to low 90s. And then this Saturday's a busy day for us. We got it's Hattie's birthday, so she'll turn 9 already. Wow, that's crazy. So we've got her 9th birthday. Delaney has her last dance competition of the year, and her solo is at 11 in the morning. So we've got that. My nephew's graduation is also on, or his graduation party is also on Saturday. So we'll have that Saturday afternoon. And I think we're trying to do something for Hattie's birthday dinner that night. And then Sunday is Father's Day. So it means I'll get my tomahawk steak. Better not. It's been my tradition, getting my tomahawk. So hopefully, cross some fingers. If you're listening, don't forget my tomahawk steak. That's this coming Sunday. And maybe we can go live and have some drinks and I'll talk to you while we're cooking that. You never know. We'll see how it plays out. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. 80 degrees in water this morning. Oh, this morning, hey, I guess, like I say, give you the weather, but what's in my cup? I mean, I'm sure everyone's going to say, oh, it's the White Monster. It is the White Monster, but let's have something else. And not too shabby. We got the Twix iced coffee this morning. Not bad, not bad at all. I give it that. There was the Twix, there was a Ding Dong, and there was a Twinkie. So of course I had to try them all, and we'll see how those all play out. Barb, good morning to you from north central Minnesota. 62 degrees, headed to the high 70s. Iced tea in the cup. How do you take your tea? Sweetened or unsweetened? Let me know that. Good morning, Sarah. Sarah sounded like she had a very eventful weekend with weather and vendor show. Or what was it? What was the event? What was the event? I don't think I caught the event that what it was, but yeah, weather had some fun times on that for her. But coffee in the cup as usual. How do you take your coffee, Sarah? Cream, sugar? Let us know. And Barb's five things: zipper, jacket zipper replacement, quotes, order blanks and supplies, start embroidering polos, customer emails. Yeah, I get it. My email is on my list. I went through some of this morning, and I'll be able to go back through it. But my big thing was I tried to get through messages. I had like 327 messages on my phone that I need to get through. I'm down to 155. So hopefully we can be that under like 20 today. I have those to get through that emails than those. And Renee, morning from fabulously cool 56 Chicagoland. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's not June. It needs to be about 10 degrees warmer here in the morning. Give me those 70s, and then I'll be good. High today's only supposed to be in the low 70s. Water in the cup. Yep. Jeff, good morning to you. 61 and rainy in Northern Kentucky. Diet Cherry Coke. Print, design, and clean is all I have on the agenda for today. And you ever notice that when you feel like you have a light day, like, here, light day, like Friday, I made Friday a light day because I knew last day of school, we were taking the kids out to lunch to one of our, it's become our yearly tradition for it. And, so I printed in the morning. And then, I printed a little in the afternoon, but it was a pretty light day. And that there was a lot that came in the afternoon for stuff. And so, those rush jobs and that stuff, that's what got printed. But for the rest of the part, we were just like, hey, we've got stuff doing. We're playing it with the family. We'll get into it, which just makes today a heavier day. I did come in a little over the weekend and get artwork and that set up. So that way, as soon as I'm done with this, I can jump right into printing. We'll be able to go from there. But it's like every time I say, oh, it's a light day, we don't have a lot on the agenda. And anytime I say that, it just seems to like blow up. And it couldn't be blow up full of just, jobs, just like quotes and emails and calls, things that take up time that may not produce income, but you still have to do it because it could produce income. It just seems how it goes. How's that work for you guys? Jared, good morning to you. Yes, my favorite VIP member. It's 70 there in Virginia, but it started off raining. We had that yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it kind of did that. So it was off and on, and it was just a dreary day. I didn't do a whole lot. What did we started watching something? I don't know. I just kind of dozed in and out of stuff, and I think I fell asleep watching a bunch of YouTube stuff, which that's okay. Drinking my Caramel Crunch Frappe from Starbucks. Ooh, I like that. And you have Juneteenth shirts to do. A very nice Monday for you. And Sarah's to-do list. Sarah's to-do list today to-do list. Assess damages from the event this weekend. Yeah, Sarah, tell us all about that. Not just me. Tell us all what happened. Dry out the inventory from the event. Process spirit stores that closed. Print parade tanks and tees for a dance team. And order window graphics. And happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. That'll be Hadelin this Saturday. Saturday, she will turn 9. T-Town's got 59, and it's cool everywhere, isn't it? 59. Coffee, about to drink my Monster. So see, I got the iced coffee and the Monster. I'm double fisting this morning. That's what I'm doing. Jerry, good morning. Eating cereal. What kind of cereal are you eating, Jerry? I figure I'm going to go with either shredded wheat or Frosted Flakes. That is what I'm guessing Jerry is eating. That coffee makes my teeth hurt just looking at it. Man, it is good. Look at that. I don't want to know anything about what's on the back or anything. Just know it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could use probably more of it. Unsweetened tea with a sprig of fresh mint. That's a new one for me. Unsweetened, sweetened, that can go both ways. But with a sprig of mint, I don't think I have ever tried that or know what it does. So, Barb, very distinctive there. The event was the end-of-year soccer picnic. We host their pop-up shop year-round. So to fill everybody in, Sarah does this pop-up shop for this for the soccer event. Soccer team, right? Yeah, the Toros. Is that who it was? Or was it a different one? The team doesn't matter. But then the weather came through. And from the sounds of it, it completely trashed their setup. Took the canopy away, threw it on cars, scratched things up. Sarah may have broken her finger. She's not 100% sure. I damaged some inventory. Just all the way around, not a fun time. Low sales, and that's what happens. This is a prime example. Now, will Sarah do it again? Absolutely. You're going to have bumps in the road, but You can't predict what's going to happen at an event. You can guesstimate, hey, we're going to do this much in sales, we're going to do this, but it is so weather related, right? Storm comes through and just wreaks havoc. There's nothing you can do. You've already been there. You've already there. You've already got everything set up. You just got to go with it. Then it crushes your sales. It's no different from the tournaments. Like when we've done tournaments, they don't issue refunds. They're just like, hey, if we're able to redo the tournament, you can have it there. Otherwise, we're out, man. And it's the same way with the tournament. Everybody pays to get into it, but they don't refund anything. They, you had to pay for the fields, you had to pay for the space, you had to pay for all this stuff, and that's what it was there for. There's just nothing there. So that's one thing to think about when it comes to events is, and when you sign up for them, what are they charging you to do it? And then what are their plans if something goes wrong? If there's a rain out for us, outside events, rain can happen. Are you scheduled for when it postpones? Are they giving you the, when you're there, your other space? If it's canceled altogether, do you get it next year? Do you get a refund? Look at all that fine print and realize, that there could be a chance that something bad could happen. So you want to make sure that you're prepared for that. T-Town's tinning out a car right now. Got to order hats, a couple shirts from Embroidery and get moving, test stitch out, and relax, maybe. That's what I did yesterday. I had a goal of things that I wanted to do over the weekend. I got them halfway done. Yesterday I just really wasn't feeling it. I'm just like, I'm just tired. I was up early in the morning. I'm still a little tired today. I wouldn't mind squeezing in a nap, which isn't going to happen. But as I did it, it was like, I'd lay there and I would just doze off for 15, 20 minutes. And Corey just let me sleep because I don't sleep well. So when I have that opportunity to, it's on. That's what we're going to do. Ran a couple errands. That was about it. We didn't really do a whole lot, did we? Got the pool vacuum going. Got some stuff for grill this week, but not a whole much. Sweet and tea, Chuck, because he's from the South. There we go. George, good morning to you. Jerry, got to do business with Renee recently. Thanks, Renee. Love that. I love when you guys connect on things. It always warms my heart. And 59 degrees is more my type of weather. High 80s later this week. I need like 60s, 70s. Like if I could, have that San Diego weather all year long, that mid 70s, I would be 100% down with that. Yeah, it did suck. Sarah can probably tell us more about it. Oh, I think she is down here a little lower. Oh, eating granola with almonds. Mostly healthy cereal, except for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Ooh, a good Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Sounds good. And drinking the milk from that's the best. You can take some Fireball and some rum chata and mix those together, and it tastes like the milk from Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm just saying, it's a worthy drink if you want to drink in the morning. Okay, so Sarah is giving the story on the event. Wisconsin weather, rain, and wind. Took out our two 10-foot canopies. They took flight, took out our equipment, landed on mine and my husband's cars, which were dented and scratched. Ugh. Yes, follow that up with a broken figure, low sales. I will do it again, but for last night, I was happy to sit on the couch and sip a coffee. Yeah, and that's the thing. We're so dependent on the weather. When you plan this out, it wasn't like, they said something to Sarah on Thursday. It's like, hey, do you want to do this event? And she looked at the weather and was like, it's going to be a little crappy out, so I don't think so. No, it's a months in advance thing that gets planned out. Yes, you pay for the spots. Yes, you do them. You get everything prepared for it. Maybe people don't show up. Maybe you have the wrong product in front of the wrong people. There's so many things that can happen. And I'm not trying to deter anybody from doing events. I'm just trying to be real with you. Like, things can go bad. Things cannot happen. I see it so much when we go to the different vendor shows, vendor fairs, what have you. And there's so many of the same people, or not the same people, but people selling the same type of items. So that's the other thing. You have competition. So maybe yours are better, but if their prices are cheaper, a lot of people at the vendor fair, are they looking for quality? Or are they just looking to pick something up? You got to think about that. The thing where I see it in the tumblers is somebody will take 100 pre-done tumblers to it. Well, let's just do the math. You're selling your tumblers for $25 each. There's 100 of them. You've got $2,500 in inventory just sitting there. So what do you have to sell to break even on that? Because you got to pack all that up, bring it there, and then do the same thing, whatever you didn't sell. So how do you determine what to take, what not to take? If you took the wrong stuff to the event, you're just sitting on the inventory hoping it sells. That's where it's really tough at. The advantage that we have is that we can do a lot of stuff on site. So we don't have to have all this excess inventory in there. We can have the one blank and do multiple things on it. to try to maximize your workflow with the space you have. When you're doing events for, like in Sarah's instance, soccer, would you really take any other things to it besides soccer related things? Why would you? Right? There's a chance you could sell it, but for the most part, it's going to be that event specific thing. So, don't overwhelm your stuff. When it came to us making things on site, if it took more than 5 minutes to do, we just didn't do it. Why? Because that just takes time. It just takes time to do. So when we'd have our transfers ready to go, we had our pre-cut our numbers. The only thing we really had to do on site was to cut names. And, it's simple enough. The vinyl cutter, you cut the name, print, or cut, whatever. Yes, you know what I'm saying. We'd put it on there. You'd already have your names, numbers, whatever. You can get screen printed transfers of numbers. You can get, DTF of numbers. You can do multiple different ways of have your numbers ready to go. We used a lot of our scrap stuff for the small numbers, for like 2 inch and below. 2 inches were great for sleeves. 1 inch was great for gloves, batting gloves, hats, and cleats. So we had all those ready to go. Here's the colors. You're picking black or white. That's just what we had. We kept it to a minimum, so we didn't have so much that we were trying to put out there. But you have to think, how can I make this better? And there was the upsell. Here's what the shirt is, and now you're going to add on this, and you're going to add on that, and you're going to add that. And you may think, man, by the time it's done, it's a $45 shirt. Nobody's going to pay for it. Yeah, they will. Yeah, all you have to do is don't try and spend your customers' money for them. Let them spend their own money. Don't think that something's too expensive for them, because I'm guaranteeing you it's not. When you go to some of these other things, if anybody has, a child that's in dance or gymnastics or anything on that, cheer, go to some of those events and look and see what they're selling stuff for. When you're putting single rhinestones on stuff, a single rhinestone, and it adds $5 to $10 for it. Yeah. When they're doing custom names on it, and they're like, yeah, it's $20 for a custom name. Well, you're the only one that's going to have this. Oh, okay. It starts to add up. You can very easily get over $100 on a hoodie, no questions asked, just by, a few upgrades on it. So plan your stuff out there and how you can upgrade for it. Darren said, "Oh, when the vid hit, they canceled the the Arnold, and vendors were out. The events and vendors were out thousands to tens of thousands. Vendors just lost the money, and then someone out of business. Yeah, that was crazy. It seems so long ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. Does anybody else feel that there was so many things that were canceled? People were just out. For us, our business overnight, because it happened in March. All of our spring sports were then canceled. And then that's just what it was. And then going into fall, a lot of the stuff they weren't doing. So we had 2 seasons, it includes summer, of things where it got canceled, where events were canceled all the way around. It took, a year before everything started to remotely look like they're coming back. And where we got lucky at was we're in Illinois, across the river in Iowa. They're like, what's this COVID you're talking about? We're just playing along, we're just playing through it. So we were able to pick up some things that way. But for the most part, all of our stuff overnight went away. And so we really pushed more on our printing side of it, our signs, our banners, our decals. It was the signs for the businesses that were open, that curbside pickup, advertising signs for graduations, the graduation banners, the graduation signs. It was a really big thing to transition into. And luckily we had that there. But our team sales, it was gone overnight. It allowed us during that slow time. That's when we started really looking into DTF in that summer of 20, and that's when we got into it. So it brought that from it. But for the most part, yeah, it was trying to find those new avenues of revenue, because we had stuff out there for events and they canceled and we didn't see anything back from it. That's just what it was. It was just gone. You're out. Okay, move on from it. And we saw quite a few things that have never came back from it. So yeah, it was a crazy time for sure. What we spent on the stuff I couldn't make. What we spent on the stuff I couldn't make on gymnastics. I had the girls trained to take pics of things they wanted, and we were offering it, and the spirit was so. Yeah, I gotta take a sip. I have Lainey do that. Where I'm like, what do you want here? Yeah, I can probably make that. And some of the stuff, I'm like, I get it, I know what it is. And then we look at the tag. What kind of style is that? Oh, I haven't seen that one before. So I don't mind. We go to an event and it's somebody local, that's part of it, or part of the whoever's putting it on doing it, and they're charging that for it because they got to make money. I mean, you're taking a big risk going there and doing it, inventory, everything in it. So I get it. And depending on how the event is put on. Some you just pay a flat rate fee to get there. So, it could be $25, it could be $2,500, it could be $25,000. Each event is different on it. Some are a percentage of sales, 10%, 5%, 20%, 25%. So you got to look at that. What do they want? And then some are both. You're paying to be there and you're paying a percentage of the sales. So you really have to, one, make sure your numbers are good. Make sure, yep, I need to do this, because at some places, my $20 shirt, if I sold it for what I had to pay in the place to be there, and then what I had to pay for, their spiff of it, the $20 shirt, I would lose money on. So it has to become a $25 or a $27 shirt just to be able to make money off of it. So I get it. So when it's somebody local that's with it, I don't mind spending money with them. When I go there and it's one of the national places that are just traveling around with a tournament or an event, and they're at the state and they have that and that's their thing, it's like, those ones I feel, I'm not going to really spend something unless it's something phenomenal, and from there, I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Oh, $125 for a hoodie? What? Yeah. Well, even on our normal dance store, it's not hard for us to do that. The J America laced up hoodies with a rhinestone front. So it's got the rhinestone design on the front, and then it has their name on the back in rhinestones. Is very easy. And I think it becomes $106, I think is what it comes to, when they go with the hoodie with the rhinestone front and the rhinestone name on the back. So very easy to come in. In fact, when we do like our Mega Bling shirts, those are $125 all day long. You're going to pay it or you're not going to pay it. There's a lot of labor that goes into that. And so when you look at it, especially when you look at names, when you do names and rhinestones on it, you're making a template just for them, just for that. And when it's a 2-color rhinestone, yeah, there's some work that goes into it. So they're going to pay for that work that goes into it. And we'll give them the option of having it in, regular print, and then they can get glitter, which, glitter increases it, and then glitter with stones, and then, full stone. So we'll give them options on it, and they can decide what they want. But yeah, to get over $100 a hoodie, not hard at all. You should do it. I figure if they can get those items, we can do something differently to make events more profitable. Yeah. And here's the thing, right there, do those something differently to make events profitable. That's what it all comes down to, is making events profitable. Unless it was the sponsor shirt, it usually didn't get purchased. Yeah. And that's the thing, when you're a sponsor for the event, when it's the event shirt, but when it's any of the other stuff, and what we did was like on the event shirts, we had always, we'd have their stuff on it. So most tournaments would have the tournament, logo on the front, and then it would have the all the teams that were on the back. And what we would do is leave enough space at the top where if they wanted to add their name or their team name at the top of their tournament shirt, they could do that. And then we could customize it with a number on the side. So if you want your name, so the tournament shirt's $25. Okay. You want to add your name to the back of it? Okay, that's $10. You want to add a number to the sleeve? That's $5. So, do the math. We just got $35 for a t-shirt. And that's adding a name and a number to it. Oh, they want to add something else? So there was never anything less than $5 there. Why? Because that was my rule. It just was easier that way. But we, got pretty good and pretty consistent at it. And then we moved more into producing for other people. And so we didn't do as many. And now, it's kind of that fence. Do we do them or do we not do them? And I really like my weekends. So that's where it gets tough at, because most of that stuff is, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're there Friday night. You're there Saturday from 8 in the morning to 6 at night. And then you're there Sunday from 8 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, depending on the tournament. On Sundays, it dies out. If your team didn't make it into Championship Sunday, they weren't showing up there. As soon as the teams were out on Sunday, they were out, so they weren't sticking around. So by the time the 2:00 championship even started, you had less than a handful of people there. Some of the events required you to stay until the championship game was over. A lot of the vendors that we saw at different events, as soon as that semifinals game started, they started shutting it down. They're like, listen, we only got 4 teams, that time it'd be 8 teams left, 2-2, and then there'd be 2 games, the third place and the first place. And they're like, yeah, as soon as that one started, we're packing up and we're getting out of here, because as soon as everybody's done, they're done and on the road. So that's the other things to ask. When do they want you set up? How long do they want you there for? When can you close down? How long do all those things are the things to definitely look at with it. Brian says, today sucks. Website was down. Thanks, Google. Oh, that's not good. New transmission in car went out yesterday. Oh, what kind of car? Which one? Was that the Explorer? Somebody I know just got a transmission replaced in the Explorer and it went out again. I'm out next week for the state band teacher conference. That's where you did really good last year, wasn't it? When you went to that conference, you picked up quite a bit from that. Bling shirts just haven't caught on here in Mid Ohio. Have they? I bet they have. You just got to look for that. I'm telling you, cheer, dance, gymnastics. You got any of those three that are around you, they'll eat it up. If there's any kind of pageant, yep, they'll do it. Because with us, with our cheer teams, with our dance studios, our cheer teams, and our pageants, those are our glitter and bling queens. You know, what do you guys want? How do you want this? And I would say that probably 50 to 60% of all orders that come in have some sort of bling in it, whether they upgrade to a glitter option or to a glitter and rhinestone option or to a rhinestone option. So they do. Ooh, the Chevy Spark. Dan, you can just pick up that car and carry it, right? And it's a transmission. Ugh, that's not good. That is not good. Sorry to hear that, Brian. It means Brian's having a transmission sale. You get all your shirts, and he's gonna what kind of transmission sale are you gonna run? I think that sounds like a great idea. Transmissions out, trainees out, got to get something going on. I've done that. I've done that when we've had to, like, hey, equipment's down. I need to run some cash in. We're running the sale on it so I can get it going for it. What else do we got? So yeah, we've got a decent day. As far as like things I got to do, we've got a couple customers that I need to reach out to just to see make sure we're on the same page. They needed stuff, and one wants it for a tournament that they're doing this weekend. It's this Father's Day tournament. That means they need stuff by Friday. We've yet to get artwork approved. We've yet to get total quantities needed. We've yet to get all this. So I got to reach out to them to find out what the hell is going on. And then another one is the same thing. They had X amount of dollars to spend. And they're like, how many shirts can we get for this? We told them, here's what you can get for that amount. Okay, great. Artwork approved. Okay, now if you want these by your due date, you need to order by this date. Otherwise, the amount of shirts you can get is going to go down. Why? Because now the rush fee is going to be added in there. And I think today was their cutoff for it. So I got to look at that, because stick to your timelines, folks. I'm not going to rush if they're not going to do it. I quoted a dance team. I'll get back to her. Yeah. And that's the thing is, so when we do that, Jerry, we give them options. So we'll take that same logo. So here's a good example. So we got this logo right here, which reminds me, if you're looking for hat patches, reach out to Renee. She'll take care of you. But this logo here, so we can do this logo in a print. We could do it in the glitter, and we can do it in a glitter with a rhinestone outline on it, or we can do it in full stones. Those are your options for it. So we can upgrade to it. So basic shirt is going to be 20, and then we're going to have the glitter option. It's going to be 27. You're going to have glitter with a rhinestone option, and it's going to be 30. And you want the full rhinestone one, it's going to be 40. So that's how we do it, is we step it up. The way anybody can get into that basic price. And then from there, move up to it. They can decide what they're going to pick up for, what they're going to need. Some people take it, some people don't. Everything we offer, we'll do a name and number on the back if it's available. Because some things aren't, they can't put a number on the back, but they can put a name, right? They might be able to, depending on what they're doing, here's a category for dance or gymnastics, here's a number, here's a sport, whatever. But we give them the option for that. Same way, they can get it in print, they can get it in or print, glitter, rhinestones. And rhinestones we price more because it is a custom thing that's going to be a one-off for it. So most people will go with the glitter, and that's just what we do it. Here, see? Like Brian does the same thing. We offer cheer, color guard, and dance teams a glitter option on all things and upsell. Yeah. And that's the thing, is you just upsell, give them the option. Don't spend their money for them. Hey, let them spend their own money. Yeah. And well, here's the other thing. Yeah, we have Juneteenth and July 4th holiday coming up on that one. That's with shipping. Yeah, because Juneteenth is next Monday, right? So that means 3-day weekend, which that's something we need to talk about as we get in. It's federal holiday, so there won't be any shipping with it. Are you closed on Monday? Right? So anything that comes in, if it comes in a Friday, it's not going to be processed and shipped. The earliest it would go out is going to be Tuesday because of the holiday on Monday. So you got to think that. I'm not sure if UPS is going to be open or not, or if they're shipping or not. But I know federally, that mail isn't running. So, is it going to be open or not open? Who knows? I know they weren't open on Memorial Day. So if UPS wasn't open on Memorial Day, they're not going to be open on Juneteenth, I wouldn't assume. And then right after that, 2 weeks later, you have 4th of July, which is on a Tuesday this year. So I know quite a few people that are either taking that Monday off. So they're going to have a 4-day weekend. So that means you order on a Friday. It's not going to get processed till Wednesday. And I know a bunch of people that take the week of 4th of July off, where they're just closed that week of 4th of July. That's their time of year to be closed. It can be slower in business, so that's the time to take it off. We found it for us, that we're slower in that January, February, and then in July, it's kind of mixed because it depends. We've got through the beginning of summer stuff, and then we're starting to work on the fall stuff. So it can be hit or miss on that. Transfer sides, it can be anything, So we will be closed next Monday, and I say we're taking the 4 days off, the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but I'll probably still be in here on that Monday to get stuff out of here. I'm just not going to actively do it. I'll take care of all the VIPs. I'll take care of any of the rush orders, but as far as standard orders, I think on that Monday, I'm just going to call it and get out of here early. We'll do a morning mindset. We won't do one next Monday because it's a holiday. I mean, it's a 3-day weekend. I'm going to see what we can go. It's Father's Day the day before. I'm a big fat steak, so we'll see how I am on that. Who did you name? Or who did my hat? This is Renee. You can reach out to Renee right here. Right there. Reach out to her, Renee. And she is over at, right there, 3330 Oak Custom Designs. And we can show some of the other. It was all the same one. So all these hats back here that you can't see because that light burnout. But she did all of her hats for us. So she can take care of you on that for you. Rachel, good morning to you from Fresno. Currently 54 with a high 84. It is. What's your 5 things? What are you doing today, Rachel? Do they do it often, the upsell? I'd say, Brian, I can't speak for yours, but on mine, I'd say at least 50-60% take one of the upsells. One of the items is a glitter or rhinestones or a combination of both. Yeah, I'd say minimum. And when it comes to our cheer, when it comes to our gymnastics, when it comes to our dance, I'd say, at least half of them, probably closer to 75% take it up. Renee said she reached out to Rick at 6:13. He wasn't sure if they were open Monday for the holiday. I don't think a lot of people are going to be open for the holiday. Last year was the new holiday, or was it the year before? But it's falling into, it's federal. So that's where, depending on people's contracts and things like that, they're going to be closed. And with it being on a Monday, it's a 3-day weekend. So I see a lot of it being closed and not being there. So just plan that anything is going to be closed and nothing is shipping out. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Renee did this hat. This 3D patch. That's right. That's what it is. Leather patch. Renee will be able to help you out on that. But let's see. Awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I meant for the 3rd, for the 6:13. Oh, yeah. And that's for the 4th, because the 4th is on a Tuesday. And that's what I said. A lot of places are doing that because they figure they already have the weekend off. Nobody really wants to go back to work for one day and then come back, right? Nobody wants to do that. So a lot of places, that's what they're doing is, hey, we're not paying you for the day off, but if you want to use a vacation day, go for it. But we're closed on the Tuesday. And so, yep, they're going to just those 4 days be it. When it falls on a Wednesday, then, it's usually, okay, you have the 2 days and you work on Wednesday and then you have the 2 days. Thursday's another one where it's on Thursday, and then a lot of people just give the Friday off because it's there, and that floating holiday, which when you look at it, we really don't have a whole lot of those, right? Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July, everything else kind of just, falls on the Monday or, Thanksgiving. Well, it was Veterans Day moves around, but a lot of that's just on that Monday for it. Your job never closes. You're right. It never closes. That is one of the things of being in the service industry, or that's not hospitality service, but what is that? What is the technical term of firefighters, police, first responders? Is that what, that there is no closing, but doctors, medical. Yeah. When we were when I was in the kidney center, so we would close on a holiday. So federal holidays we closed on, but when you were closed on those, you're opening on the following Sunday, because us being the dialysis clinic, you still had to get treatment in there. So, Monday's normal patients went to Tuesday, it pushed everything back. So your Sunday was, you had to come in and work. So it was like, well, that really wasn't much of a holiday because I got to work on the Sunday. It didn't really count. But yeah, when you're in there, you're in it. So, but Darren, you knew that getting in it, right? It boggles my mind when some people get in some fields and are like, well, I didn't think I'd have to do this. They've done it for years, so why would it change when you got there? I'm working a full day, back-to-back clients as nails tech today. Awesome, Rachel. I need to get in and get my nails did. I think we're scheduled for that next week. Yeah, I think we're scheduled because Corey leaves for TumblerCon next week, next Wednesday or Thursday. Mr. Mom comes out to play for a weekend or so. She's headed down there, and she'll be spending her birthday down in Texas at TumblerCon. Barb, yep, my shop is closed the week of 4th. Family coming in from North Carolina. Somebody else's that I know was on here too. I think it's Sarah. I think Sarah's shop is closed the week of 4th of July as well. There it is. First responders, emergency services. I knew I was right there with it. I'd work the day before the 4th and then take the day after off. I used to think that, but then what happened for our area is a lot of the fireworks and things that they do was happening on the 3rd. So that way people had the 4th because that was my thing too. It's like Halloween. Halloween should just be on the last Saturday of October. When Halloween falls in the week, it is horrible because trick-or-treating's from 5 to 7. You're trying to get the kids home from school, get them 5 to 7. But by the time you get back home, it's 8:30. The kids still want to have fun and do that. And then actually, it's like, hey, you need to get in bed because you got to go to school. You can't touch any of your candy, whatever. Halloween just needs to be the last Saturday of the month. But fireworks are the same way. Those don't start till dusk, which is 9:30. Well, you've got a half hour, 45 minutes in a fireworks show. So it's 10:30 before it's even done. Before you get home, it's 11:30. And then what happens? Okay, I got to get ready for bed because I got to work in the morning. So like for me before, when I was in the corporate world, I always took the week of 4th of July off. A couple reasons. I only used 4 days vacation, got 5, so that was awesome. But one of that being that reasons. It was typically we would go up to Wisconsin. We have a ball up there. But things were on 4th of July night, and I would get up at 5 to be back in the office at 6. So by the time I was at home, it was midnight or so, and you're having some drinks or whatever. So 5 o'clock came, and it was an early 5 o'clock. So it was like, oh, this is not the funnest thing. So then I started using that as my vacation week, and it makes me. I know you're having a heart attack, house fire, whatever. Sorry, federal holiday, we're closed. Right. Call back tomorrow. Right. I know you're having your house is on fire. Can you just wait till tomorrow? Like it's gonna burn. We'll be there tomorrow. We had I don't know if anybody. Oh no, we talked about that, right? The building collapse. That was kind of one of the issues with there. That was on a Sunday. It was a Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and that was the thing where it's like, hey, emergency service is still rolling, and people were like, well, it seemed to take things longer, and it was, hey, the city's not open, on a Sunday, so to have city officials and that you have to call them, get them, so it is going to take a little bit longer, and that's something to think about. Don't have an emergency on a holiday or Sunday. He said, yep, like those rookies come out and they're like, what do you mean we work 24 hours? And that's the other thing too. Like, they hear, you're 24 on, 48 off, and they're like, huh? How does that work? Well, I mean, Darren, you're not up 24 hours, right? I mean, you get beds there, you sleep, and the alarm goes off, you get up and go to it. And there's quite a few things that are like that. There's things that are shifts where you work your shifts, and there's other ones where you're kind of on a call rotation like that, where you still slippy there. It's like, it's weird how some people don't think about how something starts before they get in the line. Like, huh? Like, wouldn't you ask these questions before you got into it? I don't know. But we've got a busy day, and the only way to get this day started is if I stop doing this and get to work. Although I could chat you guys all day. I love chatting you guys. Tomorrow we might chat a little. We might do a Tuesday with Todd tomorrow. That all depends on how business goes, because sometimes when duty calls, and like right now there's somebody who we're going back and forth, and it's going to be, I don't know, like 300 400 feet of transfers, and so when that's going to be like a full day of printing. So I feel bad when I say, hey, I got to stop printing so I can do a live. So we'll see how that plays out. But one of the things that somebody was asking me about is how we do kind of some of our social media posting. Where we're posting stuff on TikTok, we're posting stuff on Instagram, we're posting stuff on Facebook Reels, and we're posting on YouTube. And we use a service called Repurpose. So I was thinking, hey, that's a quick, easy one that I could probably just throw together, show you how it works, what we do with it, and maybe that's something that could work for you. What it basically is I only have to post there in YouTube land, and then the program repurposes the content. It takes the content and it places it in other places, puts it in other places for me. So it'll put it wherever we tell it to. So that could be something that we do tomorrow, and we'll talk about it. Darren says, I catch naps as much as possible because you never know when you may not sleep. Yep, that is right, Jerry. Make it good. All right. So that could be a Tuesday with Todd. We'll know more. I'm going to see how a couple of these other ones pan out, but we'll do them again. I promise. We've got other stuff rolling around here, so maybe the studio is in the work, maybe not. We'll see how it all plays out. There's just a lot going on. There is just a lot going on. But all right, you guys have a magnificent day. Make your list of 5. Check those off. Be productive today. Have a great day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.